So when you're looking at segregation in the American South, it's what's called de jure segregation, right? Segregation by law, right? So that's where you have the drinking fountains for white and black, right? The signs, right? Or you have hard segregation by local ordinances. You didn't quite get that out west, right? It's what scholars or sociologists call de facto segregation, right? I can even write these terms on the board because analytically they might be useful to you as you do some research, right? De facto versus de jure. So de facto segregation, as I said, is segregation by custom, right? It's almost like by practice, by will. And what I found in doing some of my research is that that's kind of not true, right? That there were very much public policies that were in place that segregated kids of color. One of them obviously is labor, right? So you tend to live near your job, and if your job doesn't hire people of color, right, or only hires people of color, you're going to live in a certain part of town, right? So that's one commonality that segregated blacks and Latinos in Southeast Bakersfield was hiring practices. Another that was even more critical was something called racial covenants, and we've talked about racial covenants before, but I just again want to remind you what they are. These were agreements, right, between people who were buying property and selling property that, again, you would not sell your property to a person of color, right, if you were to sell the deed on your house.